Welcome back to the Morning Crossfire right here on your number one station for Talk 95.1 Nigeria Intro FM Abuja. 13 minutes gone past 6. I am Gabriella, and it's about time to get into what the newspaper headlines are saying for today, the fourth day in the month of February 2025.
Hot and fresh off the press, these are the front pages.
We're going to be taking a look at the Punch newspapers this morning, the Vanguard newspapers, the Guardian, and the Daily Trust. Remember, these headlines are published by these media houses and have nothing to do with Nigeria Info. Let's get started with the Punch newspapers. On the front page, telecom tariff hike. NLC holds protest as FG plans review panel. That's a story you'd find on the front page of the Punch newspapers. LG Autonomy. Nolgay cautions CBN against colluding with governors, may hire auditors. Nigeria, Uganda strengthen trade relations under AFC FTA. Bola Ige murder, Ladoja demands Akonde's apology, threatens legal action. 200 billion naira monthly electricity subsidy benefits rich Nigerians, according to Tinubu's aide. Banks clear major USSE debt to prevent service disconnection. Petrol price drops to 925 naira per litre at private depots. Police grill Ogunpa drunk monarch, suspended for 6 months. 4 killed as demolition turns violent in Kano. Romance scam, TikToker jailed 3 years for impersonation. Kidnappers abduct Edo traditional ruler. Others. Imo communities seek FG's help to clear hidden landmines. INEC to pay 1.12 billion naira to family of man killed by driver. You'd find that story on the Punch newspapers. APC sets 50 million naira for Anambra governor's forms. Anambra 2025, APC aspirants vows to unseat Soludo. Ohaneze Indigbo condemns Amechi's reckless remarks against Tinubu. Abure being sponsored to destabilize LP, according to NLC Commission Deputy President Ndubuako. And that will be a good place to leave it on the Punch newspapers this morning. Let's take a look at what the Vanguard is saying on the front page. A cover story says FG bans export of crude oil allocated to domestic refineries. You have no power to order my impeachment, Tinubu tells court. Edo Governorship Poll Tribunal, PDP, Igodalo, closed case with 19 witnesses. 3 siblings killed, bodies stuffed in deep freezer in Anambra. EFCC arraigns 57 foreign nationals over alleged attempts to destabilize Nigeria's constitutional structure. Government issues strict security directives in Anambra. Olu of Warri's aide decries attempts to tarnish monarch's image. PDP crisis. Anyanwu returns to disputed National Secretary office. Ondo Deputy Governor allegedly incurs 130 million naira on hotel bills in 1 year. You'd find our story on the Vanguard newspapers. APC chieftain endorses Miranda's speakership as GAC decides Obasa's fate. We have not confiscated any land. South African president denies Trump's claim. Court removes Ohinoi of Ibiriland, bars him from parading as traditional ruler. NSCDC arrests truck driver, scrap dealer, online payment scammers. One reportedly killed as gunmen invade Esauke. Protesters storm Ugeli police station over headsman attacks. Police smash syndicate who sells children to Nigerians in diaspora. And finally, on the Vanguard newspapers, Peter Obi congratulates Thames on Grammy win. You'd find these and more stories on the Vanguard this morning. Let's take a quick look at what The Guardian is saying. On the front page, Ogun suspends monarch over assault on subject. Workers who died in 2009 still receiving salaries in Ebonyi LGAs. That's according to Algon Boss. 2025 budget, reps may increase allocation to NIMC, NYSC, NDA, and others. APC chairman blames judiciary for protracted crisis in Rivers. Court orders interim forfeiture of digital assets linked to Chinese Filipino nationals. FG to partner groups to create jobs, says Labour Minister. State commissioners laud NDDC over Niger Delta Sports Festival. Troops destroy 12 illegal refineries, seize 70,000 liters of stolen fuel in Niger Delta. NHIA increases capitation and service fees. Court sentences ex-police inspector to death for murder in Lagos. ECOWAS seeks free access in Abidjan-Lagos corridor. Fayemi dons task dawn on Southwest Development Commission. How systemic grafts others impede smooth extradition in Nigeria. 2 remanded over student's murder as courts adjourns case. Lawma intensifies enforcement, waste cleanup across Lagos. Death toll rises to 8 in clash between Anambra government agency and tipper drivers. Mother seeks justice over son's alleged assault by Abia Varsity security. Gunmen attack police officers' residence in Osun over chieftaincy disputes. REA to electrify 25 million Nigerians in 3 years. You'd find that story on the Guardian newspapers this morning. And a final stop will be Enugu Assembly passes bill to harmonize revenue collection. These and more headlines you'd find on the Guardian newspapers this morning. A final stop is the Daily Trust, the top story. National Assembly resumes today to accelerate tax reform bills. World Cancer Day, we've become burden to our families, according to some patients. 4 killed in Niger road crash. Northwest governors meet UN AFDB for action on education and poverty. Nigeria, others to get £150 billion EU fund. Traditional ruler kidnapped. Okada rider shot dead in Edo. Tinubu signs bill establishing Federal University of Environment, Ogoni. Condemnations trail trial as ex-NHIA boss pleads not guilty. PDP crisis. Anyanwu defies governor's resolution, resumes office. Alleged 6 billion naira fraud. EFCC rearraigns ex-minister of power. FG denies claim of 65% increase in electricity tariff. Kanu reruns Sanyawa Kunchi constituency without representation 1 year on. And finally, on the Daily Trust, Lagos, Obasa may return as speaker after GAC lawmakers marathon meeting. These and more you'd find on the Daily Trust newspapers this morning. Time to get to your reactions. The numbers to call are 0700 951 0000, 0809 597 4869. On WhatsApp, it's 080 999 30137. We're streaming live on Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja, as well as on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. You can drop your comments and thoughts on there as you watch us live. We'll take a very quick break now for commercials, and when we return, the phone lines will be open and you can call to share your thoughts. Keep your messages coming on WhatsApp 080 999 30137.
This is Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
0809 597 4869. On WhatsApp, it's 080 999 30137. We're streaming live on Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja, as well as on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You're welcome.
My name is Salasi. I greet the higher the head boy. Ojo, the next president, Agesheka. I want to talk about NLC. Now they have called off the protest again. Listen to NLC at your own peril. That is the situation. This tariff of call have comes to stay. Even the electricity tariff, it has come to stay. So we just find ourselves. It's only God that will help us. But the NLC, in fact, they are just on their own. But I quite believe that God will help us and the Lord Almighty God will sustain us. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Good morning. Hello, are you there?
Thank you, Princess. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. It's Obasanjo calling you from Amali, Niger State.
Welcome, Obasanjo. Go ahead.
Thank you. With the headlines, the faces are looking so bad. No one's headline that looking so smiling. That Nigerian will be smile. And tariff and the Niger debt, Amechi. Let me talk to Amechi. And on the Igbo, I don't think this organization has even Nigerians at heart, not even the Southeast. They have not been talking about where is Nnamdi Kanu, but they will be claiming they are good organizations. What Amechi said on the Igbo, have you not been seeing what is happening to Nigerians? If this organization will come up and be sent against Amechi, are they not looking what is happening in Nigerians? The pace of Nigerians are living. Is it not uncalled for? Is it how we treat democracy? After the removal of oil subsidy, one of the 8 was talking that every Nigerian is feeling so right. We are not happy with what is happening to Nigerians. We will not continue to be like this in Nigeria.
All right.
Tinubu should adjust his leadership. 2027 is around the corner. I beg all Nigerians, APC is plucking Nigerians into anarchy.
All right. Thanks for calling to share your thoughts. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're welcome.
My name is Gabriella from Ishalai.
Welcome. Go ahead.
The Nigerian Labour Congress, we have call off the highway. That one is expected. So Nigerians should brace up for more taxation and high tariff. As a matter of fact, whether we like it or not, Nigerians are going to pay for the massive corruption of the 8 years of Buhari regime. And this is a continuation of the regime. So then APC said they want to win, they want to win in Anambra. Well, if they capture other states, or they are preparing to capture other states, I don't think they will be able to capture Anambra state because it's not easy, because that state is traditional, especially a state of Aga. So they should forget about capturing Anambra state. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is Obi calling from Niger Delta.
Welcome. Go ahead.
I greet Mr. Taz from Musi. Mary, God bless you. And Obasanjo from Amali. This one is in Igbo. I want to use this opportunity and message them. Obasanjo from Amali is talking about Nnamdi Kanu. And Igbo is talking about Amechi. Nnamdi Kanu is an innocent man. Waiting for that place. May God help us Thank you.
Let's take some comments now on our live feed. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. Good morning to you, Moazi John Sissy. He sends this message from Jigabwari, Abuja. He says, family killed and body stored in deep freezer. Nigerians have lost, I must say, no value for life anymore. Taking life at will is now everyday news. When is it going to end? God have mercy on us is what he says. Good morning, Yada Sedrak. Good morning to you, Benedict Mamvong, watching live from Newi. Thank you for joining us this morning. Oludade Abiodun on Facebook says, good morning. Amechi and El Rafai are only bitter because they're not favored by this government. Some people believe if they cannot join them, then nobody should be there. Many of them who are attacking this government are not doing it for the sake of the masses, but for themselves, is what Oludade says. Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara from Owerri on Facebook still says, PSC orders a retirement age of 60 to 60 years and now are denying it. A lot of illegalities and unacceptable things keep going on in this country. Is this the way to progress and move forward? That's why Nigeria is not moving forward, but running in circles with 1 step forward and 10 steps backward. We know the right thing. Let's keep doing it, is what she says. Thank you for sharing that with us this morning. Still on Facebook, Onwachuku Kennedy Chinedu from Omohu Okwato says, good morning. The suspension of the strike by NLC is laughable and unbelievable, and a clear indication that brown envelope has exchanged hands. It's quite obvious that NLC are just like a dog barking without biting. Anyway, we know nothing. We knew that nothing will come out of it, is what Onwachuku says. Let's head on out to our YouTube live feed. Remember, it was streaming live on YouTube as well at Nigeria Info Abuja. Mohammed Wambai, good morning. He says NLC glory days are over because Nigerians no longer have faith in them. We all knew nothing concrete was coming out of the meeting with the federal government. What the monarch did in Ogun State was totally unacceptable, is what Mohammed says. Badmo Sumbo says, good morning, Gabriella. APC, okay. So Badmo Sumbo says, must we contribute in English language? What other language would you like to contribute in? I want to know. Please reply. What other language would you like, or would you be comfortable to contribute in? I would like to know. Lucky Joseph on YouTube says, good morning, Gabriella. Do we have active NLC in Nigeria? Lucky's asking. We're going to take your comments on WhatsApp shortly. Keep them coming through. Or you can also send voice notes on WhatsApp to 080-999-30137. Let's take some more calls. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sis. How are you?
Very well. You're welcome.
Thank you. My name is Mrs. Amenza. Sis, when you talk of El-Rufai is somebody that you just have to have him around. Engage him. To me, that's the best you can do. When he's outside, it's not going to be beneficial to you. Take it or leave it. If you send Mr. El-Rufai to a particular place to maintain just the dustbin, he will maintain it well. So not engaging him, to me, is a small mistake in the side of the government. Remember, before campaign, El-Rufai was one of the persons that came out from the north and said, let power shift to this side. But I rest my case on the issue of El-Rufai. The government came out to tell us that there will not be increase in electricity tariff.
Not like there would not be increase at all, but, it wouldn't be up to the 65% as it was earlier spread, is what she said.
Okay, no problem. When you talk and people are listening to you, it's okay like that. We have talked so much about it yesterday, I will not say anything. I want to quickly talk about what is going on in Lagos State. When we're in school, it's like those things we learned during our time is giving way. They told us that there's what you call separation of power. If this happens, you go to court. This person should not interfere. You can only advise. The speaker that was removed, does it mean that it was removed wrongly? Now the power that be is saying they should reinstate him. They are not going to investigate him. The lesson there is, when you are occupying a particular seat, remember that some people around you that are dancing, showing you love, they are after your seat. Any small mistake like this, they will take over and they will not want to vacate that seat. Secondly, it looks like if you don't have anybody in this country, just do your day. Because you have people, you do certain things. That's what they call impunity. People will do things and somebody will call and say, that's Mommy Z, leave her alone. How do you want us to develop with this kind of attitude? I'm not saying anything, I'm saying something. You understand? I asked you, is it that I don't know if it's the speaker I will call or the outgoing speaker did not do anything, the people just felt because of his ambitions they should remove him? Or is it that he did something, but because he's close to those that matter in the society, they are saying, please leave him? Is that how we'll move on? A will do this, he will punish A. B will do this, he will leave B. Look at it critically. I'm only asking rhetorical question this morning. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We shall overcome.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you as well for sharing your thoughts this morning. Good morning. Oh, dear. Okay. You're going to have to call me back. There's something going on with your connection. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You're welcome.
Yes. My name is Zakaria. Good morning to the listeners and the callers.
Welcome, Zakaria. Go ahead.
Yes. The National Assembly are resuming today. Among their first agenda is a tax reform bill. They should do justice to that bill. Nigeria needs to move forward. And it's going to put a lot of governors, make them tight up their belt very well. The way they said, Nigerians should also tighten their belt. Looking for investors in their states and upgrading their injustices. That feeding bottle money, where they collect from the center, is no longer there again. So it's high time for who has ability to govern, not to occupy space without no any meaningful development. That is on that. My second take is on Rotimi Amechi and El-Rufai. There's nothing to engage them about. Political party have been formed and they have also did their own bit by being a minister, and for El-Rufai has an opportunity through that platform to become a governor of Kaduna State. If they feel they can do better than what they have done, the platform is still there for them to aspire for a bigger position. Even when they came to that primary, and that is why the thing is divided, and favor the president, the main president now, Tinubu himself. We all know who supported Rotimi Amechi. That became the second, in fact, beating the vice president then. So all these one are politics. Nigerians should not be carried away by seeing them on the pages of newspapers saying this or saying that. No, we are more focused now. Politics is all about governance. If you don't have anything to offer, go and sit down.
Okay, then.
That's the truth. Thank you very much.
Thank you as well for sharing your thoughts. Now let's take some of your comments on a WhatsApp. This one here says, did I hear you say petrol pump price drop? Nigerian system is the more you see, the less you understand. Mwazo John Lasisi from Baru sent that in. All right. I mean, it shouldn't come as so much of a surprise. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. It was also the headline, and we also talked about it on Focus as well, how, Petron came out to say that, don't expect an immediate reflection of Dangote Refinery reducing the sale of their product by 16 naira to the liter. So should it be much of a surprise today? But anyway, moving on. Oludade Abiodun says, good morning. A telecom hike strike. The protest should have gone on because it seems that the Nigerian government is insensitive to the plight of the people. Amechi and El Rufai are not happy with the government because they're sidelined. They are not fighting for anybody, is what Oludade Abiodun says. This here says, good morning. The recent decision by the NLC to suspend the tariff hike is a positive development. However, we understand that this increment may still occur in the future. It's essential for the committee to prioritize the interests of Nigerians over their personal gains. Please don't, the committee, don't be compromised. The 15% increase may be manageable. Additionally, the NLC should ensure that federal workers are informed about the status of the minimum wage implementation. Clear communication on this matter is crucial for all stakeholders. As a text from Masaka sent that message in. And this here says, good morning, Gabriella. Sad and horrific story from Anambra. A lot of gossip workers. I'm sure you meant to say ghost workers. Still in our LGA offices. Nigeria and Uganda bilateral relationship is a good one. Thank you, Hafsat, for sharing that with us. And Mr. Chukwugozie Ono from Madala says, good morning, Nigeria Info family. The reduction from 950 to 890 is just 60 naira difference. To me, it can't make any difference in the cost of commodities. NLC suspends strike over telecom increases. FG promises to review the increase. Seriously, the cost in calls, data and SMS is very high. God help Nigeria and Nigerians is what Mr. Onu says from Madala. One more comment and then we get back to the phone lines. Let's see. This one here is from Chimieze Nwafo, who says, good morning, Gabriella. APC to unseat Soludo. I beg to differ. APC should please use the finance for other projects. Anambra is not where you can induce with money. We vote with love and humanity. On illegal refinery, I repeat, no refinery is illegal. Legalize all and let them give us petroleum products. PDP crisis. We can't go back to yesterday. They lost so many intellects, including P2B. Where can they find their replacements? We are moving on, is what Chimezie says. Thank you so much for sharing, Chimezie. Let's take a few more calls and get back to the messages. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, the angelic Gabriella. How are you?
You're welcome.
This is Abakar calling from Gwagwalada.
Welcome, Abakar. Go ahead.
What is the reform? When you call the tax, the proposed tax division is tax reform, is it going to empower broader segment of Nigeria society? You don't pursue economy based on extracting and exploiting and oppressing your people, destroying means of livelihood of millions of Nigeria, killing businesses, trade, and industry. New commercialization is as lower if you see the global best practices. You see how Donald Trump on his assumption to office in the U.S. is placing tariff on imported oriented goods coming to America so that they can protect their local industries and generate incomes for the American government, but not continue imposing electricity tariff, communication tariff, extracting people. I don't know. This is bourgeois economists who are in the kitchen cabinet of this government. You don't empower people. You don't give incentive. You don't give encouragement. You continue. You don't stimulate economy. You are even undermining the economy. I don't know. I can't imagine. And it's unfortunate before people lost their life in Niger State. Niger State is supposed to be the gateway economy of this zone. It's one of the oldest states in the middle belt. But the rate of underdevelopment, I don't know who will come and reverse on this underdevelopment in Niger. We have seen how Nasarawa State is making a giant stride. Thank you.
All right. Quite a lot you had to say there, but thank you for sharing your thoughts. Let's look at a few more comments on a live feed on Facebook. Oki Ibrahim says the claim of FG paying subsidy on electricity is their usual rhetoric and ploy, always used to increase tariff. Why are they denying their normal strategy of always increasing the tariffs? Since this government came into power, everything has been on the increasing side, from price of fuel, electricity tariff, telecom tariff. There's been seeds of high level of poverty sown in Nigeria. Okay, Abraham sent that in. Good morning, Ames Sunday on Facebook. It says, this is how we're going to continue when are we going to hear good news about Nigeria? Also, Francis Namani from Amagunze in Enugu State says, good morning. The government should come up with policies and programs that will impact positively on the lives of Nigerians. May God help us, is what he says. Thank you for the compliments as well. Also, Francis Namani. Nobilistic Nobility says, Lagos Speaker to be reinstated. Why was he removed before? It's just unfortunate to democracy. Amici and El Rufai are doing what they're doing because this era did not favor them. They should go and rest. Good morning, Gabriel Adepoju, watching live from Utako Village here in Abuja. All right, thank you very much for sharing. Do we have more comments on YouTube? Okay, good morning, Chinonso Akoriana, watching us live from Enugu on YouTube. All right, let's take probably a few more calls and we'll squeeze on all the messages as we can. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You're welcome.
Yeah, how are you, Angel?
I am good, thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Ojo, the next president.
Welcome, Ojo. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kalasi Nakwana. Yeah, Yamata. Yeah, one of the headlines said that the federal government is denying increment in the electricity tariff. I pray it should better be, because this incessant increase from this place to another place is becoming too rampant and too much. It's getting out of hand, because I don't know how citizens going to cope with all these increments. And NSC suspend the protests today. That is also good, but I will advise NSC to hold federal government very well, rather than carrying action against the private company. Because if government is increasing the price of things, we expect that the private company, they must survive and they must make profit. So rather than looking onto the private sector, they should focus on government to fulfill their promise. And one of the heads, I didn't get it very well, whether you can repeat it for me, saying that federal government stop or ban the crude oil for local refinery, something like that. That maybe they are exporting or importing it. I don't know why they will be tampering with the local consumption. If federal government cannot spare or provide crude oil that is made for local refinery in order to reduce the price of petroleum or gas, I don't see the reason why we have that product in the country. I don't see the reason why our own will not benefit from what we have, with what God has blessed this country with. Now that the refinery is working, Port Harcourt and the rest are working, it is expected of government to provide crude oil for local consumption. With the increase of everything, and government is promising that they are going to reduce inflation by 50%. I don't know the magic they want to do. The price of this is really high. Citizens are suffering. So let Mr. President look inward and think very well. He should put on the thinking cap, because things cannot continue like this. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to look for that headline and I'll share it. I'm not sure which of the papers now, but I'll check for it and share that before we wrap it up. But let's take a few messages now on WhatsApp. We do have a voice note here. Let's see. Okay, we get back to that one shortly. But this here says, Good morning. Wams from Gwarimpa. NLC's glory days are over because Nigerians no longer have faith in them. What the monarch did in Ogun State was totally unacceptable. This says, good morning. Evil people in Nigeria now using people as their daily meals. As 3 siblings were killed and stored in freezer. What is happening in Nigeria? We now have bad people in our midst. May God help us. Meanwhile, due to hardship and abject poverty brought a lot of bad news in our country and also compel so many people into crime. Leaders should address this quickly to avoid continuous loss of life. Opulence from Buhari shared that with us on WhatsApp. Good morning, Gabriella. This reads, congratulations to Thames. PDP should be allowed to breathe. And that's from Sam in Mararaba. Okay. This one here, James from Durham says, 3 bodies recovered in Anambra State. Nigerians no longer regard life as a thing. May God help us is what he says. And this says, why did the government extend Egbeto Kone's tenure by 5 years after he completed 35 years in service? Many Nigerians suspect the law was manipulated to keep him in office for political advantage. Plenty questions begging for answers. Wale Fatonla shared that with us. A final comment, because the time is up, is from Ababio, who says the difference between this coalition and the one that brought Buhari to power is that the current coalition consists of the same party members who previously split, and now you want to unite them again. They failed when they were together before. The Buhari coalition, on the other hand, was made up of different strong parties coming together. We'll have to wrap it up at this point. The time is up, but keep the conversation going on Facebook and on YouTube. You can still drop your comments on the live feed at Nigeria Info Abuja, and let's keep talking. We'll take a quick break now, and when we return, we'll get right into the lead for today.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
This is Nigeria Info.